Hello and welcome back to City Skylines Better Cities, and in today's episode we're going to be building the International Airport. As you might remember from the previous episodes, we've already built a passenger harbor, a cargo harbor, and now as the part of the infrastructure series we're going to start building the International Airport. After that we're going to probably revise the train connections, just make sure the cargo and the passenger traffic is separated, and build the new train stations. And the next part is probably going to be transit, and after that we're going to start building the actual city neighborhoods and streets. Now let's take a look at what we already have here. So what we have here, what we can see in the background is completely messed up metro tracks. That's something I'm going to fix later on. Never mind that. So what do we actually have right now? We have the Metropolitan Airport, the large airport that was, as I remember, part of Sunset Harbor DLC. And last year I got the Airports DLC. I didn't really have time to shoot the videos, so we're gonna do it now. Now the first thing we need to do is draw an airport district. And then we're gonna figure out, I want to keep the original airport for now just for reference. And I also want to move it a little bit further from the city, so it's gonna be behind the airport that we have right now. And I want to keep it for reference because I'm not entirely sure on how to design the runway so that it makes sense, it functions well, and it looks like a real deal. Now the runways, what we have the runways and the taxiways, and it has to be connected in a way that it makes sense. And then we also need a cargo terminal, so we'll need to figure out a way to make it work. Oh, now that doesn't make much sense. There is a road with a cargo terminal that should be on the other side. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it later on. No worries. So what we're trying to do here, we need a cargo terminal and we need at least one runway in the beginning. I want to keep it simple and later on just leave some room for expansion, and then we could probably get a second or a third runway if we actually need them. I also want to use some of the assets and props that come with the airport DLC just to make it look a little bit more like a real deal. Now for the main terminal, what I want to do here is something sort of resembling Beijing's Daxing airport. The really cool thing about that airport is that all of the concourses, the way they spread out, it's pretty much almost the same distance no matter what gate you're heading to, so it kind of spreads out from the center outwards, and it is really convenient. So let's see if we can actually build something resembling that. I'm not sure it's gonna look, it doesn't look anywhere nearly as good, but even with the airports DLC we're kind of limited with the things we can do. With a little bit of anarchy and move it, we can shape it the way we want, but I'm trying to keep it simple, so for now that should work. At first I was a little bit confused by these taxiways because they have directions drawn on them, but I don't know if you noticed, the plane's just pretty much going to do whatever they think makes sense, so it just, it doesn't really mean they're going to follow whatever you try to do there. They're just going to follow the flight path on the map, the ones that are going to make sense for them. And we're probably going to change a thing or two once we get it running. For now, I just want to do the basic layout and then see how that works. At first I thought maybe I should do 2 runways, but then considering the size of the airport, I just decided not to. So we're going to remove the second runway eventually. I want to make it look realistic, but at the same time I don't really want to build anything too complicated for now. The reason being, we just need the basic infrastructure laid out. So we need the factories, we need the transit systems, we need airports, cargo harbors, and all of those things. And after that, we can always improve on what we already have or just rebuild it. For now, I just want to build the backbones of the city, just make sure we have all the industries that we need, all of the transit options, and then we're gonna build on top of that. To me, it kind of makes sense to place as many plane stands as possible, but then I don't really want the airport to be too big, so I don't really want to build concourses that are heading too far out. And then we're probably going to get a separate concourse connected by the rail later on once we get a second runway. So for now, I don't really like this layout. I think we're going to redo it and make it look a little bit more natural. But at the same time, the one that comes with the standard airport doesn't really look all that realistic either, or at least to me. So let's see, what do we have here? 2 runways, one crossing the other, and they're facing... Yeah, I don't think that's going to work for us. We're just going to keep one runway to keep it simple, and then later on we'll see how that goes. I tried doing 2 runways, but then... I think before you build anything with the airports DLC, it is a really good idea to take your time and actually, I don't know, you can use a piece of paper, you can use Photoshop or whatever, just outline what you're actually trying to build. Because when you use a DLC like airports, it is pretty hard to figure it out on the go. So yeah, do your homework. Don't do what I've done here, trying to make it work even though it looks absolutely hideous. And also, as you can see, some of the connections are just not working without the enter key, and I don't want to use enter key too much just because it's probably going to look weird again. But then the game is going to limit the angle at which you can actually connect the taxiways and the runways. So yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. And the cargo terminal, I'm not entirely sure how it functions. I think as long as it's connected, it should work out just fine. But I had some issues before with it when I was trying the DLC for the first time. We'll see if that's going to work this time or not. So 2 runways is probably not working for now. And I also have to keep in mind that I need to keep some space, some empty space for potential second runway later on. Right now I'm trying to figure out whether or not it's going to be possible to place them one next to the other. Well, we'll see. And it's also a good idea to check your flight path, like all your connections in the city, because the planes also have a certain entry point on the map, and that's probably the direction in which they're going to be heading later on. As you can see, I haven't done any of that, so that was pretty dumb. But anyway, we have what we have. We just need an airport. It has to function, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got our first planes, and now this doesn't really make much sense. Let's see if we can get them. No, they're still heading that way. Okay. Oh yeah, of course we don't have pipes. Yeah, the pipes are still a big mess. They should be under the roads, but they are not really, because before this city used to be absolutely massive, absolutely huge. And all the pipes, I laid them out the first time when I started playing the game, so it's just a big mess. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep one runway on the left side of the airport, and that will do. Now we just have to figure out the connections to make it look smooth and a little bit more natural. To be honest, if you look at the standard airport that comes with the game with the Sunset Harbor DLC, that one doesn't really look all that realistic either. So yeah, I think we're doing a fairly decent job for now. That'll do. Alright, so let's see what our final result looks like. Yeah, this is pretty much it for now. So what we're gonna do next is our road connections. And as you can see, the standard road comes with the bus lane, and I kind of like it. We can keep it like this for now, but I think I'm also gonna get the touch it mode. I want to replace quite a few roads that come standard with the buildings to make sure that we have a consistent theme going on. So for now we have arrivals and departures, and that's how it's going to look for now. We have 2 levels, and let's make sure we have a nice looking slope. Yep. That will be it for now. It is pretty basic. It doesn't look all that great, but with a few tweaks, I think that's going to work for now. And later on, we might change the entire thing. We'll see how that goes. By the way, if you have any suggestions on how to make this look or work better, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I also want to place some of the hotel buildings and other things that come with the DLC, and we're also going to have the airline headquarters. I don't really care about the airline being profitable. What I'm trying to do right now is just to make sure that it looks like an actual city and functions like one, that we have all the infrastructure we might need, everything is working. It doesn't have to be great, it doesn't have to be profitable. Once again, we're playing with limited money, so that doesn't really matter as much. And a lot of the things are probably going to change down the road. For now, I just want to build out the basic infrastructure, and then we're going to be building from the city center heading out. The city center is probably going to be something like an old European city center. And then we're going to have a couple of districts where we do have skyscrapers and modern looking buildings. And this area is probably going to be housing some of our industry because of its proximity to the airport. So we're going to have like 3 different areas for the industry. One of them is going to be down here. The other one is next to the harbor. And pretty much we're going to have all of the industry tied into the either airports district or the cargo harbor district. And for forestry and farming, we're probably going to have something else connected to a cargo rail terminal. Okay, let's see if that's going to work. That is actually working. And yeah, let's switch all of the policies on to make sure that we have a really attractive airport and the airline. Let's try to make it look more like I don't really like any of these. I think we'll probably go for something custom later on. Better Airlines. No better name for this. Well, let's go with the BC Air. Okay, so this thing is leveling up. Planes are flying in and out. Let's see how that works. Is it actually working? It seems to be working. And where is it gonna go? Okay, checking up. Oh, right. So now you see the first problem, the flight path. So they prefer to be heading out. They are heading the other way around, so they do a sharp U-turn. So that is probably one of the things we could change later on, is to turn the runway around, or maybe get a second runway. Whenever we do that, we'll fix that as well. Once again, we don't have enough pipes, so let's do a quick fix for that. Arrivals and departures. Looks pretty decent for now. I've opted for this modern looking airport because I wanted to create something that matches the theme of the city. I don't want anything old. Maybe later on we could add like an older airport somewhere out there, but for now that is what we need. And from the airport district, you can also see the one of the 2 skyscraper districts. So one of them is the new CBD, and the other one is pretty much a copy of New York Hudson Yards. Alright, so the airport is functioning, and just like everything in this city, it is not profitable. But at least everybody's happy, the citizens are happy, we have enough visitors, so that'll do for now. With a population of 29,000, I don't see a way to make this profitable. So yeah, that's not too bad. Now let's look at it. I just realized this city looks so much better at night with all the lights on. Alright, so the airport is functioning, everything looks alright, at least for now. If you have any suggestions on what to change or what to add to this airport district, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.